Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of the Oklahoma State University Spring and Summer 2018 degree candidates from the College of Human Sciences and the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology. gentlemen, please remain standing for the entrance of the platform party.
Join me in thanking the OSU Pipes and Drums, led by Pipe Major William Teetrich. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Burns Hargis, president of Oklahoma State University, and I would like to welcome you to OSU's 137th commencement. I'd ask that you please remain standing and join in the singing of our national anthem, to be led as always by Charles Rich, accompanied by the OSU Brass Quintet, followed by our state song. Oh, say, can you see
o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plain, where the waving wheat can sure smell sweet when the wind comes right behind the rain. Oklahoma, every night my honey lamb and I sit alone and talk and watch a hawk making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. And when we say, yippee-yi-yo-yay, we're only saying you're doing fine, Oklahoma, Oklahoma, O-K-L-A-H-O-M-A, Oklahoma. Hey.
Please be seated. I'd like us to recognize the members of the OSU Emeriti Association who greeted you as you entered today and handed you the printed programs. These are all retired faculty who continue to serve OSU. Let's thank them now. We're also pleased to have with us a member of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and a former member of the OSU Board of Regents. Please welcome Andy Lester from Edmond. It is my distinct pleasure to introduce the members of the OSU A&M Board of Regents who are with us today, and I invite them to stand as I call their names. We'll applaud them as a group unless you just can't resist. First, from Norman, Oklahoma, our chair, Doug Burns. From Stillwater, they must owe you money. From Stillwater, Lou Watkins. Also from Stillwater, Calvin Anthony. Gerald Callahan from Edmond. From Guthrie, Rick Davis. And from Elk City, Joe Hall. At this time, I'd like to introduce the members of the OSU administration who are with us today. We will applaud them as a group as well. First, our Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Gary Sandifer. Senior Vice President, General Counsel, Gary Clark. Vice President for Student Affairs, Lee Bird. Vice President for Intercollegiate Athletics, Mike Holder. Vice President of Institutional Diversity, Jason Kirksey. Vice President for Research, Kenneth Sewell. The Dean of the Honors College, Keith Garbett. Our Honors College is the highest ranked honors college in Oklahoma, in the state of Oklahoma, I might add. Just saying. The Dean of Libraries, Sheila Grant Johnson, and the Dean of Global Studies and Partnerships, Randy Kluver. I would now ask that the OSU Board Chair, Doug Burns, bring us greetings, and followed by Dr. Mindy McCann, the Chairman of our Faculty Council, and for Student Government President, Braden Farrell. Doug?
Thank you. Thank you. What a great day to be a cowboy. On behalf of the Board of Regents, I welcome all of you to Oklahoma State University as we celebrate graduation. Graduates, we are all here today to honor you. We applaud your decision to attend OSU. We salute your hard work and dedication. We celebrate your achievement of graduation. We extend to you our heartfelt congratulations, and we wish you the best for the future. You would not have achieved your degree without the involvement of your parents, family, friends, as well as the faculty and staff of OSU. And consequently, today, we recognize them for your success as well as you. Graduates, I know many of you today are making plans for the future, setting goals, making dreams, and in doing so, I would encourage all of you to dream big. There's little more tragic than limiting your own success by not dreaming big enough. So shoot for the stars, dream big and double it. With big dreams and hard work, you'll surprise even yourself on all that you can achieve. And lastly, I'd like to remind all of you that you are members of OSU's family. We would like to be a continuing part of your life, and we would ask that you also continue to be a part of ours. So please stay connected. We want your involvement, and we very much need your help. So again, congratulations to you all. Go Pokes.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the faculty at Oklahoma State University, I would like to congratulate the graduates. Good job. I would also like to thank all of you for listening and learning and for allowing us to help you expand your understanding and your horizons. As faculty, it is one of our joys to share our knowledge with you, and you have provided us with that opportunity. We truly thank you. It has been a real privilege to have been helpful in your journey to this milestone. We are very excited and proud of your accomplishments. We also want to encourage you to come and visit us when you can. Our support of your hard work and diligence won't end when you leave. We'll always be a part of your support network, and we love seeing students and hearing about their successes. It's always a great day in our offices when a former student makes it to Stillwater for some catching up. So please go ahead and make our day. I would also like to thank the families. I know firsthand how difficult it can be to see your child go off to college, and I want you to know that we truly appreciate the privilege of having them attend Oklahoma State University. And just look at their success. Parents, and especially moms, can you think of a better gift than an Oklahoma State graduate? Again, congratulations, graduates. The faculty are thrilled to have played a part in your success. We can't wait to see your future accomplishments.
Good afternoon. My name is Braden Farrell, and I am honored to be able to speak to all of you today. So when I found out that I was speaking, multiple things came to my mind. Now, it wasn't how nervous I thought I was going to be, or the fear that I would trip walking up to the podium, which, if you know me, actually is a high possibility of that. But what came to my mind was how this speech will mark the end of my time here at Oklahoma State University. There's a quote that's been stuck in my head the past couple weeks that sums up my feelings about today. The quote goes something like this: "They say you don't know what you have until it's gone. But the truth is, you knew what you had. You just never thought you'd lose it." We all knew this day would come, but the closer this day got, the more I thought about my time here at OSU and how much I'm going to miss this place and everyone here when I have to leave. I'm going to be very honest and admit that I have thought about ways I could stay. One of them may have been to intentionally fail a class so I'd have to stay another semester. Let's just say my advisor and my parents did not approve of this plan. But anyway, I put a lot of thought in what I was going to talk about today, and I decided I want to keep it simple and talk about how this university has become my home and how everyone I've spent the last 4 years with have become my family. So let's go back to the beginning, when I started my freshman year 4 years ago, and I remember taking the best exit in America, exit 174, for the first time. Now, at this point, all I knew about OSU was that this was the university my parents attended, and they loved it. Something about poking or go poking was important. There was a lot of orange, and I was under the impression that Kerr was the nicest dorm on campus, according to Google. So needless to say, I really didn't know what to expect. As my time here at OSU went on, I thankfully cleared up my confusion. I came to the realization of why my parents loved it here so much. I realized it's actually Go Pokes. I've adjusted to the color orange, and Kerr closed after our freshman year. The past 4 years I've spent at Oklahoma State have been the best years of my life, and I truly don't have the words to express how thankful I am for the experiences this university has given me. The education I received and the classes I've taken, even though it wasn't always the best of times, have laid the foundation to prepare me for my future. The leadership roles I've had the privilege of holding have made me the person I am today. But over everything else, it's because of the memories and the friends that I have made that I am most thankful for Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is my home, and everyone here has shown me what it means to be a part of the Cowboy family. So thank you, Oklahoma State. And no, I will, forever and always, be loyal and true. Thank you, and go Pokes.
Thank you, Doug and Mindy and Braden. We appreciate your words. At this time, I'd also like to recognize Dr. Laura Belmonte, who is the Faculty Council Vice Chair and served as our university's Flag Marshal today. Thank you, Laura. We now move to a part of the program that I'm very excited for, the presentation of an honorary doctorate degree. We are thrilled to have Cecil Obrate with us today, and even more thrilled that we have the opportunity to honor him. Cecil began his higher education at what was then known as Oklahoma A&M in 1946, but after 2 short years, he returned home to help his grandfather, and, as it turned out, follow his entrepreneurial spirit. Since that time, Cecil Obrate has been extraordinarily successful in every venture he undertook, which includes oil and gas, real estate, manufacturing, ranching, you name it. But his most notable success really has been in the philanthropic area. Mr. Obrate, along with his wife Frances, established the Obrate Foundation, which focuses on improving lives of the less fortunate youth through scholarships and educational support. The Obrate Foundation has provided over $2.5 million for scholarships for young men and women who are graduates of the foster care system and are below the poverty level. The foundation also teaches basic life and business skills to the recipients to further ensure their success. I now ask that Cecil Obrate come forward for the presentation, along with Regent Doug Burns and Provost Gary Sandifer, who will help in the presentation of the Honorary Doctorate of Human Letters. Gentlemen. Let's give Cecil Obrate, ladies and gentlemen. He's a wonderful man and a wonderful family, and he's certainly made this world better for being in it. We now move to another important part of the program this morning, the introduction of our keynote speaker. We're absolutely delighted to have Lee Cockrell with us today, as well as his wife, Priscilla. As the former executive vice president for Walt Disney World, you've all probably paid him money over the years, and the individual that built and ran Disney World in Paris, Lee Cockrell is an expert in creating magic, which happens to be the title of one of his many books. Lee attended Oklahoma State and then went on to have an extremely successful career in the hospitality and entertainment business, serving it with Hilton Hotels, the Marriott Corporation, before joining Disney. Lee currently enjoys a great success as an author and motivational speaker on leadership. It is a real privilege to have him with us today. He is providing insight to our School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, and now he will provide insight to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lee Cockrell.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you. Hey, thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. I want to first congratulate the happiest people in this room, the parents. When you're happy, parents are happy. And I'm sure they're happy for a couple of reasons today. But anyway, I want to spend a little time with you. I want to tell you what it took me several years to learn. I grew up in Oklahoma. I was born in Bartlesville. I grew up on a little farm in Copan, Oklahoma. I grew up the rest of my life in Ardmore. I never stepped foot out of Oklahoma till I was 20 years old. I came to Oklahoma State in 1962. The only problem is I forgot to go to class. So my mother said, this is not working right. So I went in the Army. I went to Fort Polk, Louisiana. I met somebody there. When we got out of the Army, I went to Washington, worked for Hilton for 8 years, Marriott for 17 years, and Disney for 16 years, including in France. But I tell you, growing up on a farm in Oklahoma, you never know what you can achieve. My mother was married 5 times. I've been adopted twice. I got my name Cockerell by husband number 4. They were busy people. And I got to go to college because number 4 had money. My mother started making better choices, which you always want to think about in your life. So I came up here. I didn't have a clue. I was the most immature person in the world. But moved on and started learning the business after I got out. And I think because I grew up in Oklahoma, I had good work habits. When you work on a farm, you don't call it work, it's just what you do. We didn't have a choice. Our mother was a terrorist before they had them in the world. We didn't mess with her. And so we learned a lot, and I went out into the world and came to college and then went on, and Hilton was great. I learned the business there. I paid attention. I worked in Washington, New York, at the Waldorf Astoria, Los Angeles. My wife and I have moved 11 times in my career. She moved 12 with her father, who was in the military before me. And she's here somewhere, and we're going to be married 50 years on August 3rd. Yeah. I brought her to Oklahoma the first time, and I took her up to Turner Falls in one of those caves, and she's loved it ever since. So, and by the way, I know I'm doing better as a husband because she recently told me she's going to stay. So I'm in good place. But I want to tell you a couple things today that you got to pay attention to when you get out in the world. You've just finished your degree. That's kind of the appetizer. You've had the first course, and now you got to really go learning. And I hope I can give you another course today in 20 minutes and get you to think about what you're going to do. Because in the end of the life, you're going to go out in the world, and I'll tell you the most important things you do is how you spend your time. You got to think about that. I tell people all the time, I learned that. I'm very disciplined, and it's probably the number one reason I had success in my career, because I've got a good attitude, and when you don't have a college degree, you better have a good attitude, because people give you a chance, and I'm very organized and disciplined. I keep my promises. I do what I say I'm going to do. I follow up, and reliability and credibility is going to be huge for you, and if you're not organized, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, because where you spend your time is where you're going to get your success in life, and money comes and goes, and time only goes, and you got to really protect it. And so even when I was at Disney, I spent my time in 3 areas on purpose. And I'll tell you that again today. Think about every day where you're going to spend your time on purpose, not by accident. At Disney, I didn't spend time in engineering or security or attractions or food. I had experts I hired to do those jobs. So I had to figure out where to spend my time, use my authority, use my position and my influence. And I spent it in 3 areas. And these are 3 areas you need to really pay attention to in your career, no matter what you end up doing. First, I was very involved in who we brought into the company, who we hired. There will be nothing more important than who you bring into your organization. Be careful. Take your time. Make sure you really understand who you're bringing in. There's nothing that's more important than who is part of your team. Nothing. Second place I spent my time, training. I was involved in training from the lowest level positions to the executive level. Training, I would say secondary, testing people after they're trained to make sure they have learned, and enforcing the training. This is the biggest problem in life. People don't have the courage to enforce their own training, and it just goes downhill. And that's what Disney does best. We hire best, we train best, and the third thing we do is we create a culture where all 73,000 cast members in Orlando wake up in the morning excited to come to work, not have to come. And I hope you get into an organization where you wake up happy to go to work, not wishing it was Friday already on Monday. And the second thing we do at Disney is we try to create an organization and a culture and an environment where everybody matters and they know they matter. Do you think it's important to know you matter in life? Let me tell you, this is what we all want. We work hard at that. Our leaders are great at making sure people know they matter. And if you do that, those three things, hire them right, train them right, and treat them right, and you're going to have a great position no matter what company you're managing. I don't care what industry you're in, it never changes. Around the world is hire them right, train them right, and treat them right. And it's the same thing here. You just got a great education, so you're trained right, but you've now got to go out and get exposure and experience. And one thing I will tell you is I left Oklahoma when I was 20. I'd never been anywhere. And today I've been to 44 countries. I've been all over the world. I lived in France for 3 years. I have a French daughter-in-law. You get special perks from Disney. My wife said, when we moved to France, she said, Lee, you know, we're going to have a French daughter-in-law. I said, why? Why do you say that? She said, because your son's living in Paris and you fall in love where you live. So you always want to be careful where you move to. Your parents will be watching carefully. And those are the kinds of things. I will tell you one bit of advice I have you. It was good for me. Get out of your village. Go out in the world. If you stay in your village, you'll think the whole world's just like your village. You'll think everybody's just like the people that live in your village. And I hope you'll get a lot of exposure and experience. You've already got the education. It's kind of the 3 E's. Education, exposure, and experience will make you who you're going to be. And it's a big world out there. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to find out that everybody around the world is exactly the same. They want peace. They want to have a good family. They want education for their children. They're good people everywhere I've been on the planet. They're good, hard people. Now, the governments, that's a different thing. We don't talk about the government. We talk about people. People. The governments and people are different. And so think about that when you meet people. And so those are the 3 things I focused on. Hire them right, train them right, and treat them right. And you're responsible for the culture in your organizations. You are responsible for the culture in your home. Be good role models. It's the number one way people learn. When you have children, be careful what you say and do. If I had to give you one simple piece of advice for leadership, is every day be careful what you say and do, as everyone is watching you and judging you every second. Be careful. Be careful what you say. Be careful what you do. Everybody's got a camera. Everybody's got a recording device. So if you think you know some inappropriate joke that makes you think it's funny, you go in your closet, you tell it to yourself, you laugh, and you come out. Do not do it. Don't do it. Today, you can ruin your career in an instant. Get a DUI, get caught in a car with drugs, it gets on the internet. Whoa. Don't do it. Be strong. Know where your values are. Have the courage to say no. Don't get in that car. Don't do those things. And everybody in here, you're at risk. You've got to really be careful. So the 3 things after that, we have competencies at Disney, and we focus on those, and I'll tell you, they're the same for you. You've already got a good part of it is technical competence. Each one of you have majored in something that you want to do. That's the beginning. Now you're going to get experience and exposure, and you're going to become technically more competent. And I will tell you, if you want to be ahead in the world, some college kids call me sometimes when they're in Orlando. And all of you will be in Orlando one day. Don't worry. Everybody comes to Orlando. They call me and say, how can I be successful like you were, Lee Cockrell? Can I meet with you for an hour and discuss it? And I said, no, you don't need an hour to discuss it with me. I'll tell you while I got you on the phone. Be better than everybody else. If you're in a job and 10 people do it, you make sure you're the best. You got the best attitude, you get to work on time or early, you do quality work, attention to detail, and you will be noticed. because most people out in the world are not trying very hard. Be better than everybody else. And think about that every morning when you get up. And you own your technical competence. Stay on the internet, learn, get experience, read. You got to learn more and more because it's changing so fast now. Second is management competence. Being a manager who's organized, you get things done, people rely on you, they trust you, and if you're not organized, you get in a lot of trouble. It doesn't matter how much you know if you can't get it done. How many people have one of these? Oh yeah, this was the beginning of the end. This is a great tool. It's a great tool. I found it's a great tool for everything. It's my best friend. We go everywhere together. In fact, sometimes my wife won't let me take it into a restaurant. She says, leave it in the car so you can pay attention to me. But I sneak it in. And then I go to the restroom a couple of times, check it out. It's a good tool, but it's not a good tool for planning your day. The apps for planning what you need to be doing today, this week, this month, this year. And I ask anybody, I know some of the people up here, does anybody remember paper? I know none of it. Paper, guys, paper. It's made from trees. I've had this planner in my pocket for 35 years. Let me tell you what, you get yourself a good planner and you wake up every morning and first thing you do is think about yesterday, what you didn't do so well, what you could have done better. It's called reflection. When you reflect on it and you could have said something differently, you could have coached somebody differently, you could have talked to a client better, you could have done that, reflect. And then your brain says, next time it happens, your brain says, hey, we've done this before. Let's do it right this time. Reflection is a powerful concept for getting better and getting smarter. And the second thing you do is think about the responsibilities every day that you signed up for. Whether you get married or have parents or if you get married or have a partner, you got to think about them. If you have children, you got to think about them. Get them in camp. Go up and see their teachers. Talk to them about the birds and the bees. All of those things. What other responsibilities do you have? Your own development. Going back to school, getting your master's, taking a finance course, a management course, taking an assignment somewhere, overseas if you can. Aging parents and grandparents you're going to have to take care of. Think about that. Have the conversation with them, how you're going to do that. You're going to have a lot of responsibilities you signed up for. A lot. Your own relationships. Meet as many people as you can and keep in touch with them. That's how you'll build your own business. And knowing people is the name of the game. Relationships are everything. And one thing, your health. Do you think that's your responsibility, your health? Let me tell you, if you don't take care of your health, it'll be the biggest regret you ever had. I work out every day because after I worked at Disney, my wife told me, Lee, you got new responsibilities now. You don't have to worry about hiring people anymore or training them. Your first responsibility is to take care of yourself so you can take care of us. Your second responsibility then is to take care of your family. And your third responsibility, you can take care of your work. And then if you have any time left over, you can help Kim Kardashian with her problems. But until you take care of your family, your health, and whatever you're going to do for a living, don't be wasting time. Don't be wasting time. And I can guarantee you, when you start thinking about where you spend your time, who you spend it with, who you don't spend it with, who you should spend it with, and ask yourself why you're not spending it, it's because we all have to make hard decisions. So you'll get things in your day planner every day when you make about those responsibilities. And make sure you got hard things in your day planner, hard. Start learning to do the hard things in life, because when you do the hard things, life gets easier. When you take an easy route, life gets harder. You know, exercise is hard. The couch always wins. The refrigerator always wins. You got to do things on purpose. Schedule the priorities in your life. Take care of yourself. I do strength training twice a week. Why? Because I don't want to fall and break a hip. That's the beginning of the end. And I'm in the O-zone. Anybody know what the O-zone is? I'm in the obituary zone. I got to take care of myself. I'm 74. I could go down right here any second. Because I look in the paper every day, and that's not a good place to be. 74, 73, 59. Take care of yourself so you can take care of your family and so you can take care of your employees and stay physically fit so you have high energy to be a good leader You can handle the stress and all those kinds of things. It's really, really probably one of the most important things you're going to do. Third thing is technological competence. Staying up with technology. I don't have to tell you that, but I can guarantee you there's kids right behind you that want your job. And they're coming up fast, and they're going to know more than you do. You got to keep up. You got to be relevant. Keep up with technology. It's changing every single week. And if you don't, you'll pay the price. And last is leadership competency. How are you going to be that leader that people wake up in the morning and they're glad they work for you because they trust you? They trust you because you're a trustworthy person. You do what you say you're going to do. You're there for them when they have problems. They need you. Be there for your people. Trust. And I can tell you the difference between management and leadership is big. Management is this, keeping things under control, writing them down, getting them done, checking them off, being on time. That's management. Management's about how to do. Leadership's about how to be there for your people, how to be a person of integrity, how to be a person who can have hard discussions, how to be a person who can make hard decisions, how to be a person who is honest, a person who can tell people the truth. That's leadership. And we got a lot of people doing a lot in this country and not being a lot. And I want you to ask yourself every day, you're going to learn to do things, no question. It's harder to be. Because you got to be there, you got to stand by your principles, you got to stand by your values. The people are going to ask you to do bad things, things that are wrong. You got to be prepared to say no, because you go down that path, it's all over. So think about those 4 competencies. You got your degree, now you got to get even more technically competent. Most of the companies you're going to go to work for, people are going to teach you the business. You're going to learn a lot. The best way to learn is ask a lot of questions every day before you leave. Second thing, get your act together. Get yourself a good time management system so you can keep up with all the things that are going to come at you, and they're going to be a lot. Third, stay on technology. And fourth, really think about, are you being the kind of leader that you would like to work for? Are you being the kind of leader that your parents would like for you to work for? Because you are going to have huge responsibility as you step out into the workforce. So those are things that are important. I can tell you, we learned some things about what customers want in the world. At Disney, we surveyed a lot of guests, and we found out that customers want 4 things. Same 4 things. I don't care where you go to work. I don't care if you're an engineer in the hotel business, no matter hospital. 4 things are, our guests told us, when they come to Disney, make me feel special. Do you think that's good in any business, to make your customers and your clients and your guests feel special? Pay attention to them. You know how to do it. You know how to make people feel special. Get to know them, get to know their name, get to know about them, be available for them when they call them back, listen to them. Second thing they told us is treat me as an individual, and that's what we all want. When I have a problem, help me solve my problem. That's your job as a leader. Number 3, respect me, no matter where I'm from, what color I am, what background, what language I speak, what sexual orientation, what religion, what disability I have. Show respect to me and my family. And there's not a person in here that doesn't want that, and they want it all over the world. And last, they said have knowledgeable people work for you. Train your people. And I can tell you, if you'll think about those 4 things when you're out in business and not just get focused on the technical part of your job, but how do you make your customers feel special? Teach your people how to do that. How are you going to treat people as individuals? By making decisions to help each individual with their problem. Show respect to everybody. And last, train your people. And I would say train yourself. So that's what customers want. Now, what do employees want? Let me tell you, they want the same thing. And I learned in my life, same thing. If you're doing a good job and you work for me, it's my responsibility to make you feel special and to tell you. Let me tell you, appreciation, recognition, and encouragement is the fuel that drives human performance. Appreciation, recognition, encouragement. Every day, everybody in this room, including me, misses opportunities to show appreciation, recognition, encouragement to people. Don't ever forget that. Every day, put in your planner who you're going to thank today, who you're going to tell them how much you appreciate them, and they will do a better job. You'll get better results, and it's the fuel. It is the fuel. Appreciation, recognition, encouragement. Number two, treat people as individuals. You're going to be in jobs where your housekeeper has to be off. Somebody needs to go home early because their kid needs to see a tutor once a week. You got to redo their schedule. Their husband's in the hospital. Treat people as individuals. Because if you haven't had a tragedy yet, don't worry, it's coming. And you want to be around a company, an organization, and a family that's going to help you get through it. 3, show respect to everybody. I don't care if they graduated from college or not. I don't care if they are from some foreign country. I don't care if they don't speak English that well. I don't care if they're a male or a female. Treat everybody with respect. And you will find out that that's a good place for you to be. And last, what do employees want? They want to be trained and developed. And that's 2 different things. Training's when I teach you how to do something. It's unemotional. I can do 50 people in a room at one time or 700 at a time. Training. Development's when I have to sit down with you one-on-one and have that heart-to-heart talk about how you speak to people, how you treat people, coming to work late, not doing your job, attitude. And a lot of people are getting trained in America, and a lot of people are not getting much development. And it'll be the key. Development will be the key to you making a success of the people who work for you. The power you hold as a leader is unbelievable. People's lives are going to be better or worse in 10 years when they work for you. If you pay attention to them, you get them the right interviews, you train them, you give them opportunity, you build their self-confidence, their self-esteem, make them believe in themselves, they will call you back later on in your life and say thank you for what you did back in 2018. I'm now in this job or that job, and it's because you gave me the opportunity. So there's lots of opportunities for you to be great. You can have a good life or you can have a great life. And let me tell you, the difference between a good life and a great life is really big. And if you don't believe that, when you go to get your first bypass surgery, do you want to have a good surgeon or a great one? Do your parents want to have good children or great children? You want to have good health or great health? You want to have a good marriage or a great marriage? And it's up to you. If you reach higher, you got to take some risks. You got to do the hard things. And I can't even explain to you the difference between good and great because it's really big. And a lot of people have a good life, so they don't go for a great life. And for all the mothers in here, I will tell you one of my main principles is when you don't know what to do, you don't know how to make a decision, manage like a mother. Mothers don't care if you're happy. They care if you're successful. And mothers have a vision. Mothers had a vision that they had 18 years to get you out of the house. So they taught you to read, and they hugged you, and they hold you, and they tell you how great you are, and they built your self-esteem and self-confidence, and now they got you right where they want you. Mothers are the best. Mothers, manage like a mother, and you'll always make the right decision, and you won't have any problems. So at the end of the day, you're either going to leave a legacy in this world, or you're not. I can guarantee you one thing I know. When you help people, you train people, you teach people, you're there for people, you make the hard decisions, you have the hard discussions, you will leave a legacy. When you develop people and they look back on you as the reason that they're where they are today, and I'm sure many of you in this room have people you need to thank later today, and often, you will leave a legacy. And I can guarantee you one thing I know for sure. There's only one thing you can take with you and one thing you can leave behind, and that is your legacy. Be great, have a great career, and thank you for having me back here. I knew I'd get in this gown one day. I didn't know when, but it's all great to be here. I'm so happy for all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lee. I think I should mention to you, I didn't even realize this, it was a Disney animator who did the first Pistol Pete. And Lee's helping us find his family. So thanks to Disney for that as well. And next time, bring Mickey. Okay. We are very proud to recognize the accomplishments of our graduating seniors today who are receiving their respective honors degrees. The OSU confers an honors hood on these students and recognizes their outstanding academic accomplishments. Would all the honors students please stand along with Keith Garbett, the Dean of the OSU Honors College, which is the highest ranked honors college in the state. I guess I'd already mentioned that, hadn't I? In recognition of our outstanding scholastic achievement, it is now our pleasure to recognize the newest members of the OSU chapter of Phi Kappa Phi who are wearing the distinctive Phi Kappa Phi cords. This is an honorary scholastic fraternity reserved for those who rank in the top 10% of their class. Would all the members of Phi Kappa Phi in this graduating class please stand up? Thank you. Among the graduates today, we're privileged to have individuals who have spent long hours training in our Reserve Officer training programs. These individuals represent the future of the United States military, either on active duty or in the reserves or the National Guard. They will graduate as newly commissioned second lieutenants in the Army or the Air Force. For this ceremony, will the newly commissioned second lieutenants please stand and be recognized? Thank you for pledging your service to our country. Before we present the candidates for degrees, I would like to ask you to join me in recognizing a very special group of people without whose efforts this graduation would not be possible. Will the faculty representing Oklahoma State University today please stand and remain standing so we can thank you. There's one additional group I would like to recognize and honor today, which Lee referred to already. Would all the mothers in the audience please stand so we can thank you? And if you're not able to be with your mother this weekend, then call her. Don't text, call her. At this time, we will begin the recognition of the degree candidates by college. As you know, during the afternoon program, we're recognizing the candidates of the College of Human Sciences and the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology. I want to advise everyone that we have professional photographers taking pictures of each candidate during the ceremony. We respectfully ask that you not come down on the arena floor. Please remember that the last candidate to cross the stage is just as important as the first. Members of our Board of Regents and State Regents will join me in congratulating all the students this morning as the deans assist with their college. Students, we ask that once you've completed your graduation walk to please return to your seats and remain seated until the conclusion of the program. To commemorate your participation in the ceremony today, you will receive a beautiful watercolor painting of the library tower by architecture professor Mo Bilbisi. You will treasure that, I promise. Each college selected an outstanding representative student to lead their college processional and to be on stage with their dean. The students and their respective deans will be introduced as we begin the college's traditional graduation walk. I would now like to introduce the Dean of the College of Human Sciences, Stephen Wilson. He will be congratulating the candidates assisted by Dr. Sharetta Owenby. The college's gonfalon was carried by Lana Duke. Lana is from Edmond and is a candidate for a degree in nutritional sciences. Let's begin the walk.
Lena Marie Ost.
Lana Duke.
Laurel Ashley Thomason.
James Patrick Dominici, Jr.
Samantha Dale Aylworth.
Nicholas Andrew Daggett.
Rachel Marie Sharber.
Grant Kevin DeWitt.
Katie Siemens.
Cade A. Morris.
Ashley Smith.
Taylor Mendel.
Lauren Elizabeth Harrell.
Madison Wintersheet.
Caitlin Alexandria Simpson.
Maya Michelle Childs.
Lily Catherine Foran.
Jordan Lynn Chappell.
Anthony Joseph Rogers.
Alexis Peyton Lamb.
Lydia Jones.
Morgan Grace Barnes.
Brittany Love.
Jessica Leanne Hoover.
Hudson Gail Crane.
Shelby Rayanne Fritz.
Lauren Ann Nasi.
Abby E. Barr.
Brooklyn Ray Cook.
Kennedy A. Raby.
Jonathan Wainwright.
Megan Michelle Wheeler.
Blake Ruggs.
Casey Sherburne.
Scott Herring.
Jabri Suzanne Wood.
Sarah Beth Fogg.
Kristen E. Holland.
Elizabeth McKenzie.
Brendan May Barnett.
Brenna Jade House.
Grace Lee Greenawald.
Janae Brewer.
Marissa Leanne Mayfield.
Kaylee Nicole Tyson.
Leah Ann Chambers.
Lexi Wallace.
Shay A. Bryant.
Kajal Patel.
Madison P. Rutherford.
Sadie Adams.
Savannah Elizabeth Peters.
Grace Elizabeth Anthony.
Mackenzie Starofsky.
Megan Ragsdale.
Sierra S. Riley.
Taylor Wise.
Nia Michelle Hill.
Logan Keith Patterson.
Tiffany Cassia Vang.
Alex Duvall.
Merritt Donnelly Ogle.
Sierra Thomas.
Hallie D. Ball.
Hannah Pike Alexander.
Madison D. Huffer.
Ashley Nicole Teague.
Caitlin Nicole Jerome.
Rebecca Ann Kinsey.
Rachel Sarah Smith.
Kylie Rochelle McNabb.
Gabrielle Anna Martin.
Emily Murta.
Andrea S. Olson.
Alexis Courtney.
Brooke D. Pylant.
Annalise Winblad.
Austin D. Jones.
Shannon Clark.
Brennan Anderson Dehart.
Tyler Renee Tyson.
Lauren Garris.
Veronique Paige Pittman.
Reagan Holt.
Ashton Mackenzie Lewis.
J.C. Wilson.
Mary Catherine Lovelace.
Casey Leanne Hallra.
Selena Maria King.
Carrie Danae Hamill.
Taylor Lauren Boatman.
Kaylee Ann Perez.
Megan Elizabeth Wisnett.
Cherie W. Carrier.
Kendall Shea Williams.
Jennifer Skyann Berger.
Morgan Davidson.
Katie Marie Engelbrecht.
Gabrielle Nicole Cummings.
Megan M. Hildebrand.
Emily Iris Stobie.
Ariana Marie Walton.
Natalie Iva Berg.
Hallie Ray Branco.
Kaylin Sean McIntyre.
Candace Rebecca Sanders.
Kira Blythe Petersons.
Alexandria Taylor.
Danielle Bunce.
Kirsten Marie Minton.
Taylor Arnett.
Emily Anderson.
Sydney Schneidorf.
Jillian Victoria Claire Tenon.
Rachel Naomi Baker.
Armand Samuel Hawkins.
Emily Marie Brunner.
Jordan Marie Frazee.
Noah Patrick Kinnison.
Raymond Powell.
Maria Victoria Van Onegem.
Jacob Leander Oakes.
Carly Washburn.
Nicholas Ramirez.
Jillian Kerr.
Haley Nicole Welch.
Izzy Nosek.
Blake Walker Rose.
Meredith Knight.
Casey R. Brewer.
Ashlyn Savannah Archer.
Samantha Ann Eppard.
Abigail Channing Ross.
Leslie DeRossi.
Riley Leanne Hubbard.
Bailey K. Brook.
Joanna Dixon Earl.
Madison Danae Crable.
Jennifer Astrid Hernandez.
Jessica M. Forster.
Stephanie Carol Stafford.
Ellen Aubrey Cole.
Madeline Suzanne Friedman.
Ray Marie Grellner.
Nikita Jaiswal.
Caroline Radka.
Reagan Miller.
Bailey C. Amos.
Dylan Koff.
Ashlyn Bryn Steele.
Stephen James Lowry.
Corey Daniel Hill.
Kelsey Elaine Dixon.
Clara Jean Brown.
Sarah Samantha Lee.
Lauren Kelly Him.
Nicholas Andra Como.
John Parker Murph.
Anna Rebecca Urdaneta.
Mackenzie Cloyd.
Markeisha Quishel Martin.
Rachel Dawn Arnold.
Emma May Wilson.
Cambry Joe York.
Caitlin Eaton.
Tristan Rose Billingsley.
Lori Renee Thompson.
Mackenzie Renee Jones.
Michelle Elizabeth Cameron.
Bailey Caroline Durbin.
Allison Lee Spalding.
Caitlin Brianna Hawker.
Sarah Prater.
Hannah Merle Holbrook.
Allison Renee Strawn.
Nicole Ryan Ayles.
Ashley Hardy.
Jordan K. Williams.
Matthew Gann Metzer.
Katie E. Thompson.
Matthew Terrence Nitch.
Kelsey Diane Cromer.
Jessica Danielle Walker.
Emily Lynn Mormon.
Michaela Lurie Lovings.
Cortland Nicole Henderson.
Taylor Nicole Guinera.
Grace M. Thompson.
Carly Marie Woodring.
Cassidy Cronkite.
Emily DeBrisnio.
Reagan McGee.
Zoe Campbell.
Melena Nicole Perry.
Ellen Elizabeth Warner.
Hannah Morris.
McKenna Diane Bradley.
Sarah Johnson.
Abby Elizabeth Kane.
Kelsey Ray Burden.
Bailey Elizabeth Louise Winters.
Brittany Hoffmeyer.
Rachel Elizabeth Remick.
Sydney Werner.
Megan Banner.
Blair Michelle Kleppel.
Bailey Simmons.
Kimber A. Treadwell.
Lauren Langberg.
Haley M. Weaver.
Bailey Watts.
Courtney E. Savage.
Shania Butler.
Caitlin Suzanne Feets.
Jessica Beebe.
Anna Christner McCoy.
Dana Slavin.
Carly DeSalvatore.
Eric Yan.
Emily Parkinson.
Kang Chen.
Kristen Donnelly.
Ray Shi Shah.
Madison Jean Cannon.
Ao Gong.
Savannah M. Mullins.
Brittany Ranmarine.
Rachel E. Larson.
Congratulations. Synchronise Archer.
Jordan Nicole Neitzel.
Quanisha Ruffin.
Madison L. Cowley.
Jaylon Burkhalter.
Danielle Marie Thiebaud.
Michaela Shanita Dade.
Andrew Joseph Emmett.
London Beal.
Jared D. Fimple.
Alicia Johnson.
Bailey Lynn Walker.
Shemaya Johnson.
Danielle Johnson.
Briseida Sarabia.
Riley Kidwell.
Savian Marquis Willis Hill.
Carly Nunez.
Kelsey Dudding.
Dulin Porter.
Charles Rosenberger III. Congratulations.
Caroline Varna.
Amia Martinez.
Delaney Gage.
Alexis Danielle Green.
Callie Gibbons.
Tremel Shakoya 4. This concludes recognition of the graduates from the College of Human Sciences. Please join me in congratulating them.
I would now like to introduce the Dean of the College of Engineering, Architecture, and Technology, Dr. Paul Tuskowski. He will be congratulating our candidates, and he will be assisted by the head of Chemical Engineering, Rob Whiteley. The college's gonfalon was carried by Tyler Martin. Tyler's from Omaha, Nebraska, and is a candidate for Chemical Engineering.
Tyler Martin.
Kane Logan.
Jonathan Craig Williams.
Logan Renee Dirker.
David Scott Wilson.
Mark Colton Ritchie.
Matt Corman.
Walker Klein Duncan.
Cody Wynn.
Kevin Hernandez.
Nolan Blake Moore.
James Francis Higgins.
Caleb Josiah Green.
Sean Arick.
Wyatt James Gwynn.
Adam Donahue.
Brett Lynn Segerman.
Zachary Michael Bradley.
Trevor Anthony Cuckoo.
Benjamin Scott Strickfaden.
Scott Pierre.
Sam Stratton.
Rachel Page Rush.
Stacy Allen.
Samuel John Carlson.
Tyler Ogle.
Jaron Shad Ham.
Emmanuel Awonyi.
Adam Kessner.
Emily Marie Rowe.
Dakota Guzier.
Hunter Lynn Zunke.
Charles Lynn Maxim.
Allison Lowry.
Hassan Asayan.
Montana Wells.
Mutaba Abbas.
Hunter Lee Parsons.
Ahmed Al-Jawed.
Ricky Wayne Hossack Jr.
Abulramiam Al-Nelson.
Kelly Bo Davenport.
Rayan Kababa.
Jordan Carl Cash.
Hongong Joe.
Dakota Burdett.
Connor Rabel.
Todd Mitchell.
Jacob Webb.
Caleb Curran.
Eric Hunglinger.
Colton Cade Shelton.
Christopher Franklin James Jr.
Cooper Morris.
Daniel Logan Randolph.
Colt Christian Peterson.
Blake Beckman.
Colton Ray Meeks.
Bates Inmayer.
Garrett Foster.
Blake Schoen.
Riker Austin Wallace.
Zachary Anson Brundridge.
Shay Russell Livingston.
Brandon Reed Wong.
Daniel Girths.
Kyle Levy Lindsay.
Jake Ryan Armstrong.
Catherine Ewing.
Robert Conley.
Clay Patterson.
Turner Nicholas Vanderborn.
Tristan Ken Armstrong.
Gregory Russell Hendrickson.
Dylan Ledoux.
Brady Gandibani.
Chandler Cohen.
Alexandria Cassels.
Matthew Tribodeau.
Elizabeth Bassler.
Kara Marie York.
Koshe Egbral.
Hunter Gregory Highsmith.
Ransom Jones.
Joshua Eric White.
Isaiah Chitika.
Lloyd Nicholas Overacker.
Stefan Krajcik.
Mohammed Mohsen.
Leah Hewling.
Sharon Liu.
Mackenzie Lee Darby.
UI Law.
Macaulay Kolke.
Jared Lee Kimbrell.
Morgan Scott McBride.
Teresa Renee Lake.
Nicholas Paul Foster.
Sydney Lee Hope.
Andrew Schultz.
Taylor Grace Kilbride.
Logan Nash Kunka.
Jamie Loren Jennings.
Connor Drake.
Nathaniel Hall Shundalo.
Brandon Whitney.
John Patrick Hayes.
David Atkins.
Sarah Wilson.
Marshall Stettert.
Cameron Teal.
Jason Michael Tony.
Jonathan David Leeper. Zaleski.
Mark Fennell.
Thomas Michael Zaleski.
Sarah Bush.
Ryan Craig.
Haley Don Wilhelm.
Sarah Beth Anderson.
Matthew Thomas McCormick.
Stephanie Jones.
Evan Karunotri.
Sydney Heingardner.
Rebecca Jeanette Wiseman.
McKenna Morrison.
Connor Booth.
Zachariah Schramm.
Kristen Michelle Carlskin.
Colin Campbell.
Caleb Lund.
Radford L. Davis.
Reed Doss.
Joshua Carl Newmeyer.
David Lennox.
Grant Wayne Coles.
Dylan Scott Cochran.
Isaac Daniel Deere.
Kayla Nicole Martin.
Kevin Mosheni.
Chad Jordan Stafilio.
Matthew Ludlow.
Megan Louise Buchanan.
Cody Forrester.
And Christian Bonjour.
William Keith Keloyalani Penarosa Jr. Close enough.
Cody Joe Schultz.
Victoria Marie Ruskowski, excuse me.
William Glander Schwartz.
Katie Howard.
Albury Lynn McCutcheon.
Tyson Hill.
Abigail Lee Evans.
Austin Reed Bounds.
Matthew Brooks.
Ian Holtz.
Hunter Suntkin.
Joshua Ogg.
David Wayne Dole.
Charles Edward Minnerly.
Charles Leyland.
Han Guil Nam.
Jonathan Knight.
Sean Wesley Fisher.
Caleb Forrest Ritchie.
Braden Abbott James.
Jordan Alexander Wilson.
Alicia Virginia Aguilar.
Austin Lee Luden.
Chelsea Noel Streets.
Schuyler Chad Trenery.
Dustin Allen Mock.
Robert Scott Malloy.
Luke Timothy Brewer.
Dalen James Shaw.
Carly Jean MacArthur.
Regan Whitefield Coates.
Gaston Cole Hart.
Jacob Niles.
Savannah Van Kirk.
Mohamed Tiam.
Quentin Hawkins.
Wei Sheng Chu.
Michael Cobb.
Jiong Zhang.
Stephen George.
Maxim Romace.
John Workman.
Samuel Macklin.
Makawi Jamal Holland.
Jonathan Edward Ramos.
Javier Isaac Almataramu.
Daniel Howell Wigley.
Jonathan Wimra.
Jason Fay.
Blake Gunter.
Miklas Iwork.
Cassidy Gearhart.
Timothy Emerson.
Taylor Nicole Montgomery.
Emmanuel Melaku.
Samantha Claire Robin.
Ilo Enwa.
Marley Makanalusu.
Matthew Gunnar Wolf.
Amanda Schmitz.
George Caleb Erickson.
Savannah Ray Smith.
Eric Napper.
Adam James DeKonig.
Nicholas Egdal Amor.
James Cobb.
Gokul Gopakumar.
Aaron Tigler Goldsmith.
Chad Kenkel.
Randall Hornbaker.
Jared Moss.
Austin Hamlet.
Barrett Stewart.
Brent Hallraw.
Justin Allison.
Joshua Severin Seesberg.
Landon Paul Hunter.
Vikas K. Krishnan.
James Thomas Roeder.
Samuel Russell Williams.
Adam Loving.
Emily Drew Heflin.
Jumo Ku.
Shireen Ram Krishnan.
Dane Marshall McIntosh.
Jacob Michael Kopic.
Phi Tay Vong.
Cameron Villanis.
Anthony Wynn.
Brianna Adolph.
Jason Rogers.
Grant Caro.
Austin Griffith.
Andrea Bone.
Caleb Ryan Hankins.
Kayla Renee Carrington.
Brennan Adams.
Jenica Pasha Lee.
Will Amro.
Andrew C. Wilson.
Martin Wigg.
Patrick McKenzie.
Trenton Baldwin.
Ryan Austin Stinson.
Michael Joseph Monahan.
Reese John Seibel.
Kyle Ray Colvin.
Tristan Luke Powell.
Chad Brendan Stevenson.
Preston Williams.
Christopher Brody.
Taylor Hahn.
Chris Bilby.
Assam Kawano Brinson.
Aaron Michael Fiddler.
Dongwoo Han.
Karen Grant Noel.
Wei Hong Wen Tai.
Christopher Lilly.
Logan Benjamin Thomas.
Chandler Stewart Walker.
Brenton Ray Duncan.
Grant William Maxey.
Mitchell Paul Ford.
William Westmoreland V.
Kedrick Anthony Adair.
Will Little.
Sarah Frasella.
Blake Larson.
Brandon Ray Sanford.
Tyler Randall Saxton.
Clayton Scott Esmond.
Dakota Buckaloo.
Hunter David Garut.
Joseph K. Ross I.
Emily Taylor Bentley.
Brooks Thompson.
Jacob Wilmuth.
Hunter Daler.
Audrey Elizabeth Cruz.
Jose Miguel Reina.
Jordan Cromwell.
Tia Elise Ware.
Blake Michael Murray.
Kristen Gabrielle Fields.
Colton Bryce Dancer.
Connor Ryan.
Nathan Sturgill Graham.
Hayden Witt.
Tyler Nishkanskin.
Randall Wade Castor.
Nicholas Michael Redmond III.
Joshua Cloud.
Brady James Brunson.
Connor Matthew Williams.
Logan Benjamin Wolford.
Matthew Devine.
Benjamin Craig Reynolds.
Reese Allen Simpson.
Pate Alexander Hubert.
Cody Stephen Webb.
Mariah Page Allen.
Thomas William Cox.
Lacey K. Floyd.
Joseph Bradley Edmonds.
Keishan Patel.
Kyle Foreman.
Kyler Moody.
Taylor Danae Newville.
Charles Cobb Roberts.
Lindsay Reed Dickerson.
Dominic Brandon Moore.
Joey McGrath.
Jake Garrett.
Albert Meza.
Nicholas Howell Nelson.
Nicholas Daniel Woka.
Charles Preston Johnson.
Rhett Up the Grove.
Stephen Ziski.
Spencer Jones.
Michael Joshua Reed.
Ashley Nicole Fouts.
Adam Richard Dinkeldine.
Ashton Upshaw.
Nashami Hamid Alamajuni.
Wendy Lau Wong.
Mark Thomas Naley.
Chris Lacey.
Jordan David Clausen.
Joshua Allen Mabin.
Jacob Dischler.
Brandon Cy Jost.
Lane Ryan Stradlin.
Oscar Veliz.
Mason Bly.
Michael Vila.
Noah Hadodongji Berryhill.
Rodolfo Sandoval.
Samantha Joe Fox.
Alex Roldan Luivanas.
Nolan Wayne Morrow.
Chaz Shapensky.
Luke Shireen Lowe.
Daniel Domininsky.
Bradley Hassinger.
Michael Crank.
Robert Frank.
Tyler Hines.
Taryn David Carl.
Kevin Michael Klein.
Kevin Alec Mitchell.
Chase Woodrow Barrow.
Jana Christine Johnson.
Blake Michael Baber.
Trevor Heisinger.
Shelby Lee Anderson.
Eric Stephen Shalee.
Molly Ann Crow.
Bailey Ann Marie Underwood.
Samantha Huckabee.
Brenna Reese.
Lucas J. Utley.
Jackson Delameter.
Brendan Disk.
Samer Qasim El Khalid.
Brett Robert Valenzuela.
Carrie Ream.
Jacob Herman Rosario.
Leet Rogers.
Brady Baymeyer.
Mark Anthony Hill Jr.
Nicholas Storm George.
Chadwick Ayi Kawai.
Gerald Robert McCullers.
Brendan Ennis.
Benjamin Cudahy.
Tati Ajna Chapman.
Carmen Cord.
Samanaya Abdullah.
Abner Oliver.
Krista Lane Leash.
Benjamin Lee Miller.
Juanis Akai Jasmine.
Jesse Lee McKee.
San Carlos San Manigo.
Elisa Suzanne Crane.
Caleb Allen Huff.
Connor James Simpson.
John Francis Schaefer.
Donald Ray Cannon II.
Jose Trinina Esparza.
Noah Klein.
Andrew Davis Newcomb.
Joel Shaw.
Jonathan Choate.
Jimek Janyo Wong.
Alexa Michelle Coleman.
Jiaoshu Zhou.
Max Geary.
Ryan Durden.
Kaylee Catherine Roper.
Kuran Makani.
Cody Hughes.
Ashruf Jarouk.
Lucas Gerdes.
Manhor Bashkar Thorat.
Jordan Taylor Bogus.
Seth Sleeper.
William Reynolds.
Douglas Brock Bridges.
Joseph Knight.
Cody Ryan Newberry.
Henry Wyatt Hook.
Cody Austin Kearse.
Zachary David Richardson.
Joel William Vandewille.
Kyle Addison Stringer.
Philip Cheffy the first.
Dakota Ray Sparkman.
Alex Cox.
Trey Titerman.
Joseph Anthony Salerno, Jr.
Miguel Angus Ornelas.
Andrew Long Win.
Preston Ruben Devalesco.
Jake Milton Singleton.
Osama Ramadan.
Andrew Latham.
Ali Hussein Al-Kawazini.
Martin Dengan.
Zachary Shaiba.
Victor Ornelas Perez.
Julio Perez.
Caitlin Diane Butler.
Alex Cayley.
Terrence Deshaun Woodbury.
Mukatar Muhammad Al-Somali.
David Heiss.
Joshua Palzer.
Blake Stapp.
Kevin Quinn.
Jonathan Lee Caffey.
Andrew Ruark.
Tina Tron.
Link Strickland.
Jessica Giovanna Leslie Starks.
Cooper Files.
Josh Yoakum.
James Meyer.
Andrew Cordray.
Hayden Ernst.
Nathan Garrett Major.
Ruth Elizabeth Kay.
Rachel Nicole Helmer. Tanner Booth.
Are they done? Okay, this concludes the recognition of the graduates from the College of Engineering,
Michael
Architecture,
Oliver.
and Technology.
Jesse Eric Stevenson. Now this concludes recognition of the graduates.
That's okay.
Would all the candidates please rise? On the recommendation of the respective faculties and deans of the colleges, and with the approval of the Board of Regents for Oklahoma State University and the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, it is my distinct pleasure, as president of Oklahoma State University, to confer upon each of you the degree for which you have been recommended, and to invest you with all the rights, honors, privileges, and obligations pertaining thereto. Congratulations, you may change your tassel to the left side. I hope all of you know how proud we are of your accomplishments. I hope that you'll remain true to your alma mater, come back to campus often, try to bring money, and when you can, and wear bright orange every chance you get. As new alumni, may the words which you're about to sing take on a very special and lasting meaning for you and for all who are singing our alma mater, hymn led by Charles Rich.
Proud and immortal, bright shines your name, Oklahoma State, we herald your
Thank you for coming to OSU's 137th commencement, the student recessional, which will be after the platform party and faculty recess. We'll take them outside, and we encourage you to join your graduates outside and to make room for the incoming crowd. We still have 2 more of these to go. Congratulations, graduates, and go Pokes!